A holiday weekend in Magnolia Springs, Alabama, a traditional parade marks independence for the country and a new independent street for the townsfolk.
We can't sit and wait to be rescued or saved because it's not going to happen.
Fire Chief Jamie Hinton, dissatisfied with Coast Guard and government plans to protect the sea around his home, decided that Magnolia Springs needed its own oil defense plan.
The only people I can depend on are me and my people. And I know that if I'm leading my people, that we'll get the job done, and we'll get it done the way we want to.
The town of just under 1,000 people decided to blockade a narrow water passage that separates the bay on which their town sits from the danger of incoming oil. After getting initial approval, they were then told they'd need final clearance before putting their plan in motion. But instead of waiting, they sprang into action. Using a $200,000 grant from the state and BP, the town bought thousands of feet of protective boom and rented 7 large barges to seal off the ocean.
We just made up our mind that we were just going to go ahead and do it. And, as Jamie says, if we get arrested, we'll just get arrested. And I think we all had that attitude. We're going to do whatever it takes to protect the bay and the rivers. If we get in trouble, we get in trouble. We'll ask for forgiveness later.
Known locally as Big Mouth, the space they've blocked off is just a little bit bigger than 1.5 football fields. Each night, as the tide comes in, the town pulls across the barges, shutting off the passageway. The Unified Command Center in Houston, Texas, told Al Jazeera it fully supports Magnolia Springs' efforts, but at a cost of $50,000 a week, the town's almost spent its initial grant money and doesn't know if it can go on funding the blockade much longer. But for now, the townsfolk say they feel empowered by their actions, and Jamie Hinton's become a local hero.
But when I said that we weren't waiting around for somebody to come save us, i.e. the federal government, the Coast Guard, Unified Command, whoever you want to talk to, you were behind us 100%.
If we have to invent it, we're going to invent it. If we have to find it, we're going to find it. And whatever it takes to keep this part of the world safe. It's nice to say that you'll send me a check after you destroy the wetlands coming out of the river, but I don't want the check, I want the wetlands.
We're going to do what we've got to do to protect our community, our people, and the environment. And we're not waiting on anybody, and we're not asking permission of anybody to do what we've got to do.
The barge assembly has yet to be tested by oil, but locals are confident that if and when it comes in, their town will be spared the fate of many others along the U.S. Gulf Coast. John Terrett, Al Jazeera, Magnolia Springs, Alabama.